This morning, we are remembering the life of former President Jimmy Carter. He passed away at 100 years old. He was a one-term president who later built a reputation as a global humanitarian through his work with the Habitat for Humanity. WCNC Charlotte's Chris Pallone joins us now in D.C. to highlight more about President Carter's legacy.
Ben, good morning. Of course, being president was just one small aspect of Jimmy Carter's life and legacy. He spent his years after being in the White House trying to improve the lives of others around the world. People in Atlanta have been leaving flowers and notes outside the Carter Presidential Center, remembrances for the nation's longest living president who died Sunday at 100 years old. The tributes pouring in from around the world and across the nation. A moment of silence before the Washington Commanders game outside D.C. New York's Empire State Building lit up in red, white, and blue. The flag atop the White House lowered to half-staff.
This is a sad day.
President Biden, vacationing in St. Croix, remembered his longtime colleague and friend and reflected on his legacy.
Jimmy Carter lived a life measured not by words but by his deeds. He forged peace, advanced civil rights, human rights, promoted free and fair elections around the world.
My name is Jimmy Carter, and I'm running for president.
Biden, then a senator, was the first politician outside Georgia to endorse Jimmy Carter's bid for president in 1976. He's sometimes called America's greatest former president, a nod to his life of diplomacy and service after his one term in the White House.
I'd say peace and human rights and treating everybody the same has been what I hope will be my legacy.
President Biden said the thing that convinced him to endorse Jimmy Carter for president is the same quality that endeared him to generations of Americans over the last 50 years.
And what Jimmy Carter is an example of is just simple decency. Simple decency. And I think that's what the rest of the world looks to America for.
While pointing out their many differences, President-elect Trump said on social media Jimmy Carter did everything in his power to improve the lives of all Americans. For that, we all owe him a debt of gratitude. President Biden has declared January 9th to be a day of national mourning for President Jimmy Carter. Biden has said he will deliver a eulogy at Carter's state funeral, which will be held here in Washington in the coming days. In Washington, Chris Pallone, WCNC Charlotte.